Good morning. We are going to discuss one of the exciting assignment from class 8th and the topic plastids, peroxisomes and centromeres. So let us discuss one by one question. So the first question it is red color of the chilies and red tomatoes is due to the red pigment of the chromoplast. So chromoplast it includes that number of many giving that a coloring plastids. Okay, so here chromoplast is nothing but here chroma is nothing but color, plastids which are representing that a which is involved in the photosynthesis and flowers, fruits, all these will be gives that a different colors. So here because of this red color pigment, so what is the red color pigment? The question it is, the answer it is for this question lycopene. So what is that answer? The first one is they have given xanthophylls, carotene and the lycopene, chlorophyll. So we know that it is a chlorophyll which is involving in the other like photosynthesis process. So the lycopene which is involved in the giving rise of red color pigment for the red tomatoes and the red color of chilies. So let us go for the next question. So the next question is a chromoplast is a pigmented plastids found in all the fruits, roots and flowers they have given. So all these will be which is pigmented by plastids, chromoplastids. So answer it is all of the above. So the next question it is, so what is peroxisomes? So peroxisomes especially involved in the oxidization of enzymes especially. So peroxisomes are the small membrane bound enclosed cellular organelles containing the oxidative enzymes that are involved in the variety of metabolic reactions, including several aspects of energy metabolism. They are considered as an important type of microbody found in the both plant cells and the animal cells. Especially these will be involved in the oxidization of enzymes. So oxidization processes especially. So let us go for the next question. So what is centrosome? Centrosome is one of the cell organelle like. So here centrosome which is very useful for the microtubule organizing structure present in animal cell. So which is present only in the animal cell. Let us go for the next question. So the next question is what are the functions of the centrosomes? Especially these will be involved in the cell division, helps in the cell division, and they will maintain the chromosomal number during the cell division. They maintain the chromosomal number during the cell division. Maintains the chromosomal number during the cell division. The next one is that they also stimulates the changes in the shape of the cell membrane by the phagocytosis. This is what by the phagocytosis. What is the meaning of the phagocytosis? It's nothing but engulfing the foreign particles. So in mitosis, it helps in organizing the microtubules, ensuring that the centrosomes are distributed to each daughter cells. The next one, they regulate the movement of the microtubules and skeletal structures, thereby facilitating the changes in the shapes of the membranes of animal cell. Especially these are involved in the cell division and comes to the top of cell division, and they will maintain that a chromosomal number during this cell division, and it is also helpful for that of cell membrane. So like maintaining of the shape of the cell membrane by the phagocytosis itself. So the next one is mitosis. The mitosis is which is gives rise to two daughter cells. Here this centrosome is very useful for the organizing of the microtubules for the distribution to the two daughter cells. Next, they regulate the movement of the microtubules and cytoskeletal structures, thereby facilitating the shapes of the membranes of animal cell. So this is what the use of that major point is, regulates that movement of the microtubules and cytoskeletal structures. For the formation of these two, the centrosomes were very helpful. So next question. So the next question is, previously we have discussed that about the peroxisomes. So the first one here, the functions. So what are the functions of the peroxisomes? The first one is involves in the various oxidative processes. So these will be involved in the oxidization of enzymes. They take part in the lipid metabolism and the catabolism of D-amino acids, polyamides and the bile acids. Especially metabolism is here, oxidization of amino acids will be takes place because of this peroxisomes. So we can go for that of lipid metabolism, catabolism of like catabolism of D-amino acids. What is the meaning of here catabolism? Like which is the substances which is combining together, it is called as anabolism. Where the substances is breakdown, it is called as catabolism. So because like the amino acids, when the substances has to be going to the dividing, like separation of the different substances, for that catabolism of D-amino acids, polyamides and the bile acids, which will be takes part by that of peroxisomes. So bile acids also. Then the reactive oxygen species, especially peroxides, produced in the process of converted water and various enzymes like peroxidase and the catalase. So it will be converted as a peroxidase and the catalase. Then in plants, peroxisomes facilitates that seed germination, sprouts of the seeds, and it prevents the loss of energy during the photosynthesis and the carbon fixation here. So you can see here peroxisome structure, and you can see here how it will be forms that the peroxidase and the catalase enzymes. Okay. So let us go for that of next question. So the next question is, what is centriole? Centriole is an organelle which is a cylindrical in the shape. You can see here the cylindrical shape, and this is composed of majorly these microtubules, which are composed of one of the substances which is called as a protein tubulin. So here, in spite of being devoid of DNA, centrioles are capable of forming new centrioles. So it will be forms that are new centrioles. The next one, they can be transferred into the basal bodies. They can be transferred into the basal bodies. The basal bodies gives rise to the flagella and cilia. They help in the cell division by the forming of microtubule organizing centers. And the last point, out of the two centrioles, distal centriole forms the tail and the axil of the filament. If you see that in the organisms, in the bacteria, like they have the tail movement, for their movement they have flagella, and in the paramecium we can see that a cilia. So how these has been developed by the organelle is called as centrioles. So this is very useful for the formation of this the basal bodies and the flagella and the cilia especially, and these are also very useful for the formation of asters, for the production of spindle fibers in the cell division. So asters, just like this way, as you can see that from this asters in the cell, as it can be developed as spindle fibers. That is also because of this centrioles only. That's all for this assignment. Thank you.